My name is Keith Knutson. I am a professor of immunology and a professor of cancer biology at Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida. Our team has been working over the past 22 years to develop a variety of different cancer vaccines, way to stimulate the immune system to target cancers and eliminate them or prevent them from coming back.
I'm Eric von Hofe, the CEO of CellxLife. My entire career has been in cancer research. I started in academia in the 90s, jumped off into biotech. I've been at a number of companies in the Boston, Cambridge area. And for the last 20 years, I've been focused on cancer immunotherapy, specifically active immunotherapy. How can one activate the immune system to recognize cancer?
What we've learned over the past several decades is that each individual's cancer is very unique. And so, whereas they may grow in the same anatomic location, if you actually look at those individual cancers, we see that they have different proteins, they have different structures in many cases. And so, this started to become clear that we needed to be able to evaluate the tumor at the individual level and design vaccines based on what we see in an individual's tumor. So 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we thought that an off-the-shelf vaccine, for example, for HER2 positive breast cancer that targets HER2/neu would be effective for all HER2/neu positive cancers. But that turns out not to be the case because there's different structures inside that prevent the immune system from getting in, from acting. There's different proteins that the immune system recognizes as foreign. And so we have to understand each individual tumor or small subgroups of tumors and develop vaccines based on that. And it's only within the past probably 10 years that we've been able to really capture at the individual level what tumors look like so that we can start making effective vaccines.
Cancer vaccines have had a fairly long history, probably the last 20 odd years. Initially, they started off just to demonstrate that one could generate an immune response against the cancer. And this they could do. It's been challenging to translate that immune response into extended long-term overall survival, relapse-free survival, this type of thing. The important thing about cancer vaccines is they have an excellent safety profile. There's very little, if any, toxicity associated with them. So they fit probably optimally in that portion of cancer care after there's been the initial therapies, the initial standard of care, and you're really just in that waiting period. The big difference with cancer vaccines is when they do show activity, and they're starting to show that in a number of different cancers, the big difference is the durability of response. Most treatments of cancer, chemotherapy, other therapeutics, they'll give you an immediate response, they'll give you an improvement in overall survival, but it's generally, unfortunately, not durable. People know all too well that the issue with cancer is not the initial cancer, but it's the recurrence. And it's stopping the recurrence that cancer vaccines are starting to show real promise in.